a costume bag. I see big truck keep coming down, kicking off every song. So guy is all I hear, right from the start of the day. All color, creed and craft, moving together, making mark. Oi, 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 something's happening, and it's so exciting. People just having fun, one big celebration, must be a really grand occasion. Oi, 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 something's happening that you shouldn't be missing. Dancing along the street, moving to soca beat, and all the women looking sweet. Oi, 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 oi. I see vendors doing good trade. Snow cone man got it made. People lining the street, feeling the burning heat. Want I in high demand, but people enjoying us people. Like stores at bumper sales, short pants showing details. Oh, what a spectacle, looking so wonderful. Revelers in a frenzy, an ocean of color I see. Oi, 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 something's happening, and it's Put your hands up, your red hands up. Put your hands up, my labor crew, them stand up. X, by the show. If you vote blue, you always have a boo. Put your X, by the show. If you vote blue, you always have a boo. From the north to the south, we have it luck. From the east to the west, we have it luck. From the north to the south, everybody locked. And from the east to the west, yeah, we got it locked.
PM take the wheel again. We put in the shoes again. We don't care what people say. PM Melly Serpent fill on the track again. People take the wheel again. Workers cannot run again. Polling station, put the X. Short polling station, put the X.
Put the X.
Polling station, put the X.
Put the X.
Polling station, put the X.
Put the X. By the show, if you vote blue, you always have a boo. Put your X. By the show, if you vote blue, you always have a boo.
PM building roads again, PM building bridge again, 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 PM building roads again.
Labor rights, 5 more years. Let me see your head flat in the air. Give me labor rights, labor rights. We giving Dr. Skerrit and labor 5 years again. Hey, 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 hey. Dominicans. If you love Dominica, time to hop the labor train. Hey, 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 hey. I work in government. You cannot ignore 5 more years for sure. If you're interested in progress, join my family, the labor family. Way, way, way. Labor rights, at home and abroad. 5 more years. Let me see you rock. Hey. Let me see you fly. Hey. Yeah. The time drawing near, the election in the air. Calling on labor rights, both near and far. We vote in the shoe, of course not the blue. Don't make no mistake, you cannot undo big development under this government. So capable and so transparent. When we munka sote, when ton munka chante, when ton munka hele, skero, paka ale yon kote. Labor rights, labor rights. We giving Dr. Skerrit and labor 5 years again. Let me, hey, 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 hey. Dominicans, Dominicans. If you love Dominica, time to hop the labor train. Hey, 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 hey. I work in government. You cannot ignore 5 more years for sure. If you're interested in progress, join my family, the labor family. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey. Labor rights. Let me see your hands in the air. Let me see you. So much lies ahead. Give me Skerrit instead to continue the projects that he has started. New hospital here, high food machine there. This is testimony of a great leader. The rating we get be better than the rest. Can only continue under this government. Plus a disayole, Musha Bleka Bobone, Skerrit people Weste, who continue develop a pays. Labor rights, labor rights. We giving Dr. Skerrit and labor 5 years again. Hey, 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 hey. Dominica, let me hear you. Dominica, sing. If you love Dominica, time to hop the labor train. Hey, 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 hey. I work in government. interested in progress. Join my family, the Labour family. Why, why, why? Labour rights, let me see your hands up in the air. Wave your flag, wave your flag, wave your right. Give me. Bam bam body, bididu bam bam body. Giving apartments to Dominicans is a legacy of this government. Laughing people smiling, Cassie Bruce people shouting. Say what you want is Skerrit we voting. Look at the PM, he love the children. Combien contrat il me dit mon chablé. Non la toujours boué, il toujours.
All right, TQ139. We need you to move your jeep immediately. TQ139.
Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour. Labour Party. Labour Party. We voting the Labour Party. Is the X-Ride issue for me? Who we voting? Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour. Labour Party. Labour Party. We voting the Labour Party. Is the X-Ride issue for me? Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour Party. You know we Labour Party that the whole country but we have to keep someone that know this in to keep the hope alive. We gotta keep holding on and holding strong. Just don't let it go. Cause it's the Labour Party that we need to help us get through. Who we voting? Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour. Labour Party. Labour Party. We voting the Labour Party. Is the X-Ride issue for me?
Say we must win, Labour. No one can touch Labour. No one need pass again, Labour. So just watch Labour. Say we must win, Labour. watch labor. Right now it's labor. It's labor. It's labor. It's labor. We vote the labor. Right now it's labor. It's labor. It's labor. It's labor. We vote the labor. Say we must win labor. No one can touch labor. No one can pass again labor. So just watch labor. Say we must win labor. No one can touch labor. No one can pass again labor. So just watch labor. Right now it's labor. It's labor. It's labor. It's labor. We vote the labor. Hey. Right now it's labor. It's labor. It's labor. It's labor. We vote the labor. Sorry we had to do it like that. Hey. But on this 6 we voting ready. Putting labor right back. Don't turn your back. We don't give nobody chance to vote the labor. That's a fact. Hey, we must win labor. No one can touch labor. No one can pass again labor. So just watch labor. Say we must win labor. No one can touch labor. No one can pass again labor. So just watch labor. Right now it's labor. It's labor. It's labor. It's labor. We vote the labor. Right now it's labor. It's labor. It's labor. It's labor. We vote the labor. Say we must win labor. No one can touch labor. No one can pass again labor. So just watch labor. Say we must win labor. No one can touch labor. No one can pass again labor. So just watch labor. Right now it's labor. It's labor. It's labor. It's labor. We vote the labor. Right now it's labor. It's labor. It's labor. It's labor. We vote the labor. Labor. Grand day. Labor. All about labor. We voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. What my people say? Labor, 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 labor. Tell that to your neighbor. Labor, 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 labor. Take me more to pity your cafe ball. Don't fuck up, don't sleep on you and put your blue. Put your ex on by issue for Mr. Vince and his crew. My people, just hold up and watch your dreams come true. Labor party's the best, all other party have to rest. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. What my people say? Labor, 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 labor. Tell that to your neighbor. Labor, 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 labor. Take me more to pity your cafe ball. Labor party is the best, no other party can contest. The opposition try their best, but they still lose the contest. Mr. Vince, the man from the roots, see how we link in with the youth. They're for the young and they're for the old, so they will never feel alone. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Mr. Vince, so nice, we voting them twice. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Mr. Vince, so nice, we voting them twice. What my people say? Labor, 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 labor. Tell that to your neighbor. Labor, up is up. Labor, with the Labor Party. Labor, grand day. Labor, all about. Labor Party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. Labor Party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. What my people say? Labor, 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 labor. Tell that to your neighbor. Labor, 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 labor. Take me more to pity your cafe ball. I tell you, don't fuck up, don't sleep on you and put some blue. Put your ex on by issue for Mr. Vince and his crew. My people, just hold up and watch your dreams come true. Labor party's the best, all other party have to rest. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. What my people say? Labor, 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 labor. Tell that to your neighbor. Labor, 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 labor. Take me more to pity your cafe ball. Labor party is the best, no other party can contest. The opposition try their best, but see how we link in with the youth. They're for the young and they're for the old, so they will never feel alone. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. Labor party nice, we voting them twice. Me slapping so nice, we voting them twice. What my people say? Labor, 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 labor. Tell that to your neighbor. Labor, 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 labor. Take me more to pity your cafe ball. They must in countries, they roll
DJ Taffy, run it. Run it. Countries they rolling with Vince. Go down to Lale, rolling with Vince. Mabouche, they rolling with Vince. Go down housing, they rolling with Vince. Highland countries, they rolling with Vince. Geneva countries, they rolling with Vince.
Yes, sir. Brandon, we need you backstage. Brandon, we need you backstage, right?
Gasoline control, master, never in control. Gasoline control, Taru, never in control. Now you pack, gasoline control. Can't feel massive, never in control. Jimmy, gasoline control. Campbell, don't run.
One, two, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Bring up the microphone on the main mic, please. Bring up the volume on the main mic. 1, 2, 1, 2. Bring up the volumes on the main mic, please.
We shall not be moved, just like the trees that planted by the waters. Never pass, we shall not be moved.
Emmanuel Nansen, please, we need you on the stage. All those of you who are scheduled to be on stage, please report to the stage. We're about to make a start. We're starting in a few minutes. Thank you.
We shall not be moved, just like the trees that planted by the waters. Never pass, we shall not be moved.
Are you ready? Okay, right about now, we're going to make a prompt start to this evening's appreciation and solidarity rally. Let us please stand attention for the national anthem. as we reverence the presence of the Lord in our midst. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight giving you praise and glory. We want to thank you for fine weather and traveling mercies. Father, we want to thank you for this great institution called the Dominica Labour Party, of which we are all part. We thank you for the leaders, the founders, and those who have gone before, paving a way for us and upon whose shoulders we now stand. Father, we ask you for peace, prosperity throughout our land and throughout this campaign as we march on to the victory that you have promised us. Bless our leader wherever he is at this point tonight, Father. Give him traveling mercies as he comes to address us and to be part of our rally tonight. Continue to give him wisdom, tenacity, vision, insight, and foresight to lead your people, Father, those who you have entrusted to his care. Continue to bless all those who have come forward as candidates in this December 6, 2022 general elections. Bless all those who continue to work in the vineyard to organize and to coordinate our successful campaign thus far. At the end of the day, we anticipate victory because you said whatever we ask of in your name, you shall grant. So tonight, Father, we give you all the praise and all the glory, and everything we do, we ask you to be a part of it and grant us success. All of this we ask through your Son, Jesus Christ, who is Lord forever and ever. And God's people say...
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. 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 I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me. Where you lead me, Lord, I will go. I have no fear 'cause I know who's in control. There's no limit to what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. I'm rushing on. You're almighty and all powerful, and it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. When Jesus says yes, no.
Labor!
Labor rights. We giving Dr. Skerrit and labor by years again. Hey, 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 hey. Dominicans.
Ladies and gentlemen, first up on the podium, open bats for tonight. I want to introduce to you the Ambassador, His Excellency, Emmanuel Nantan. Put your hands together for Mano.
Rights. We giving Dr. Skerrit and labor by years again. Hey, 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 hey. Dominicans.
Dominicans! Woo! 5 more years! Labor! Hey!
I'm working.
Brothers and sisters, good night to you. Labor rights from all over, good night to you. Moonbawi, good night to you. The labor rights from Coolibby Street, Salisbury, Monrachet, Grand Savan, good night to you. Brothers and sisters, tonight we must put our big hands up to the men who were able to move us from the trouble in Salisbury and come here to wake us tonight. Our technical team did an amazing job to have us here tonight. Brothers and sisters, fellow laborites, let me tell you, what happened tonight was no mistake. What happened tonight was an act of desperation. An act of desperation by a few, just a few. Let me tell you that last week I spoke at a meeting at Meta Salisbury with Lindsay. I spoke with the candidate for Salisbury. I spoke with the next paragraph for Salisbury in the middle of Salisbury. And you know what? I felt at home. I felt at home in Salisbury last week with Lindsay. The people of Salisbury expressed love, appreciation, and warmth. Tonight, we have a few desperate men stringing on, hanging on by straws, and trying to hold power. But tell them no way. Tell them no way. Tell them no way. The wave of labor is here and is here to stay. The wave of labor is here and is here to stay. Brothers and sisters, last week when I spoke in Salisbury, it reminded me of my days in Salisbury with my political idol and hero, Rosie Douglas. Let me tell you, when Rosie was Rosie, Rosie would campaign in Salisbury all the time. It's because Rosie understood that the people of Salisbury are strong people, that the people of Salisbury are revolutionary people, that the people of Salisbury have a power and a zeal to work and work hard. Brothers and sisters, when Rosie was fighting his days, back then, in the days of the World Mataba, every year, Rosie would go to Salisbury and have African Liberation Day. And I went with him. People like Francis went with him. And we all went with him. And so Rosie understood that in Salisbury, there was a strong root of labor. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you, they think that they are strong in Salisbury, but that is not the case. Education 101. Education 101. Salisbury supported labor. Salisbury was with labor. In 1980, when labor was fragmented into 3 sections, so labor ended up losing Salisbury by 16 votes, 1-6. Labor had 3, Freedom had 1, and labor lost Salisbury by 16 votes. We went on in 85, and we continued, and again we lost by the same number. But labor was divided, and that is how UWP came onto the scene. In those days, they called us in the mid-80s labor powder. They called us labor powder, and the people of Salisbury felt that, our party was weak. Our party could not make it. Our party could not take us to the promised land. They said Mike like Mike, and they said Charles Maynard was Ian Power, and Eugenia was somebody else, Nenen, and therefore the people of Salisbury left their party and went to workers when they were formed. That is how workers ended up having Salisbury. Salisbury belonged to labor. If you look at the charts of Salisbury for election in Salisbury, you would see when workers were formed, their votes went like that, and labor went like that. Inverse, in the opposite direction. But ever since the first election in Salisbury, after workers won, workers had less and less votes. So the chart showed you that workers went like that, and then like that on the way down. Labor went like that, and then like that on the way up. So the charts were moving. The charts were getting closer and closer every single election. So we knew that Salisbury was coming back to labor. Salisbury was coming back to labor, and the time for the charts to cross and Salisbury to come back home is now. Under the person with Lindsay Frank, and those who felt that they are desperate. Come on, Sparks. Who is Sparks? Who is Sparks? Sparks understands clearly that his days in politics are no more. And therefore, he organized a group of thugs to tarnish the reputation, the name, and the image of Salisbury. But Salisbury people supported labor because Salisbury understood that labor built the West Coast Road. Salisbury people supported labor when labor took over the estates in Buffalo State and gave to the people in Buffalo State. Salisbury supported labor when labor took the land in Castle Bruce and gave to the people in Castle Bruce. Salisbury supported labor when labor took the land in Glenville and Picard and gave to the workers of the estates. Salisbury supported labor. And therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, Salisbury people know that the labor then is the same labor now. Labor then is the same labor now, and they have been coming back home. Aisha Diday Blanc. Aisha Diday Blanc. You don't like the dog, but say its teeth is white. Salisbury people have seen what labor has delivered. Labor has delivered a new West Coast Road, $100 million. Labor has delivered houses all over Dominica. Labour has delivered a new stadium for us. Labour has delivered the Kempinski. Labour has delivered so much. The roads in the valley, the road to Scott Sufrier, the road to Grand Bay. Labour has delivered all over Dominica. UWP and the thugs know that Salisbury is coming home. And they know that the arms of Labour is wide open to welcome them like the prodigal son. Like the prodigal son, Salisbury is coming back to Labour, and they know that. And they're afraid. They're afraid. They're afraid. That is why they threaten the people of Labour today. But tell them, those days are numbered. Those days are numbered. Lindsay Frank will be the next pal rep next Wednesday. Brothers and sisters, and Lindsay Frank is coming to serve. She is a nice lady, a wonderful person, a loving person. Lindsay Frank is not looking for a job. Lindsay Frank, as a matter of fact, was working in the Ministry of Health, and she just got a scholarship to do a PhD at the University of Miami in epidemiology. Not somebody looking for a job. She's no Spraggs. She's no Spraggs, John. She's somebody of substance, somebody of worth, somebody who is engaged and embraced by the people of Salisbury, and they know that. Brothers and sisters, tonight we are here. We should have been in Salisbury, but we are here in Vickers, at the home of Labour, at the home of our Prime Minister. But the people of Salisbury are listening, and the people of Salisbury will vote for Lindsay Frank come next Tuesday, December 6th. Labour! Labour! Labour!
Labour rights! Labour rights! We giving Dr. Skerrit and Labour 5 years again. Hey! 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 Dominicans! If you love Dominica, time to hop the Labour train. Hey! 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 A working government.
Put your hands together for Ambassador Emmanuel Nanton, brothers and sisters. Right about now, I call to the podium a former neighboring parliamentary representative in the person of Honorable Rosalind Paul, former member of parliament for the Paybush constituency. Put your hands together for Sister Rosalind Paul.
Labour again, la plague. We go to Labour again. Run for where the lightning, thunder, sun or rain.
Good night, brothers and sisters. Benz, are you in the house? Paybush, Kalibishi, Anzime, are you in the house? Vieille, you're in the house. Portsmouth, you're in the house. Cottage, you're in the house. And all over Dominica, Salisbury, you're expected to be in the house as well. Labour.
Thunder, sun or rain.
You know, I just called the head, the brain of Labour, and most of us are already inside the bag. Cottage is inside, Paybush is inside, Vieille is inside, Colio is inside, Petit Savin is inside, and Roosevelt is inside. And I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to the people of my constituency, the loving people. I want to tell you, thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your assistance, because I couldn't do it alone. And thank you for your continued support and landslide victories for the Dominica Labour Party over the years.
To your neighbor.
But tonight, I want to say a special thank you to the Almighty Father, and to thank him for being part of a party that appreciates peace, a peaceful party.
I had a chance to live my life again. Without pretending, I would tell you I made a lot of mistakes in this life. I would like to change. But of all the things that I hold dear to, one is being born and raised in this country. For no other place on earth wouldn't do for me. It's not to say that all is rosy. We have problems and we are poor. But generally speaking, we are an easy-going people, free and free. I hold you very close to my heart. From you, my dearest, I cannot part. I think of you everywhere I go. I always long to come back to you. When the other children will forsake you,
And we thank God as well for this loving, caring leader in the person of Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit. He is a man of peace and a man of insight. You know, it is unfortunate, the situation that happened with the few people in Salisbury who, it is an unfortunate situation. And I think it probably comes from fear because they can see that Salisbury is going to be counted for labor on the 6th of December. Most people of Salisbury, Monwachet, and Kulibistri, they now understand that this is the only choice for Dominica at this time. This is the best choice. Labor is the best choice for Dominica, and they are coming on board. Because the Dominica Labour Party government, our government, the Dominica Labour Party, has transformed this country, has taken us from crisis to crisis. This, under the stewardship of the Honorable Prime Minister, we have gone through Tropical Storm Erica, we have gone through Hurricane Maria, and most recently, COVID-19. And every time, we have proven that we can keep the economy alive, we can keep our people safe, and we can keep Dominica on a prosperous path. The Dominica Labour Party we have gone through the loss of our GDP up to 226%. And every time the world marvels that Dominica can bounce back in short space of time. This is the work of the Dominica Labour Party. And the Dominica Labour Party has delivered in every sector that you can think of. The Dominica Labour Party has been the first government to bring 5-star hotels to Dominica. That has created employment, that continues to contribute to the economy and has raised the status of Dominica in the world so that we are improving in tourism arrivals. You know, it cannot be contested that the Dominica Labour Party is the party for the youth. The Dominica Labour Party has been the government who has ensured, as I said last night, that Zanfa Malewe Kaile call, that they can go to school at every level from preschool, early childhood to university. And all across Dominica, there are university graduates in the various households in all communities across Dominica. And this is how the government ensures that it empowers our young people through education, through support to enterprise development, a number of young people have benefited from small business grants, from technical support, from advice, from startup funds, and have established their businesses. And those of us who were at World TV Lash Creole would have seen the number of products, quality products that are produced in Dominica through the support of the government of Dominica. This is a party that cares for the youth, and through these initiatives, we are ensuring our youth are on the right track. Not only that, the government has provided support to the youth, young people who are building their own homes. In my constituency, over 21 young people who build their own homes were able to benefit from a 10,000 grant. So it means the young people are empowered and they have the will, the commitment, the resources to build their own homes in Dominica, in this environment enabled by this Dominica Labour Party government. But we are focusing on the young people. And further, you would have heard of the Future Housing Development Program that is going to target young people. So this is the government for the young people in Dominica. This is the best choice for Dominica.
the best choice. You can talk and make your life.
It is also, we are also a government for the elderly. And there is no doubt in any person's mind that we care about those senior persons among us who have contributed so much to the development of our country. You talk about the Yes We Care program. You talk about the non-contributory pension, the $300 that our elderly people are able to provide their basic needs, pay their little light bill, buy their little food, and so on. And even for the NEP program, we provide care as well to the elderly. So again, we are for the youth, the party for the youth, the best choice. The party for the elderly, the best choice. The party for the adults, the middle-aged people, we are the best choice.
The best choice. You can talk and make your life.
The Dominica Labour Party continues to provide, to make significant investments in agriculture. Farmers across the country would have received inputs, would have received tools and equipment, and would have received cash grants to invest in agriculture. And we are providing technical support, technical advice. And you and I know that the agriculture in Dominica is a diversified agriculture today. No longer is the banana monocrop, but we have several crops, and our produce are in very high demands. And further, we are putting all efforts to ensure that we have markets, and perhaps others will speak more details, but so that we can invest even further. In this year's budget, plans were identified to invest so much more into agriculture. So, it's the government, the party that is also going to deliver the international airport, which is well on its way. So, at this time, we cannot not make the only choice. The only choice for you is the Dominica Labour Party. Labour power!
Labour still the best choice. You can talk and make your life. Labour still the best choice. Scream until you lose your voice. Labour still the best choice. Go ask the ghetto boy. Labour still the best choice. Vote, yeah.
Labour! Put your hands together for Rosalind Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, right about now, I bring to the microphone Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, former PAL rep for the Maho constituency. Put your hands together for Blackmore. Labor. 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 My dear friends, I'm so happy to be in Vickers. I consider Vickers to be my homeland, also my hometown. And it's so nice to be in a labor land. But tonight, I want to be very brief here tonight and to give particular support to the next Member of Parliament for the Salisbury constituency, Miss Lindsay Frank, my dear friend. I have known her for a few weeks and she is of the right caliber and disposition to be the next Member of Parliament for the Salisbury constituency, my dear friends. My dear friends, what you have seen here tonight, to move from Salisbury to Vickers in 1 hour, is indeed indicative of a party that is ready to lead this country for the next 10 years, my dear friends. And the threats that are coming from some forces of the opposition should not be taken to be indicative of the people of Salisbury. The people of Salisbury are hard-working people and they are ready for effective representation in Parliament, and they shall be voting for Lindsay Frank at the next election on December 6th, my dear friends. Tonight, my message for you, my dear friends, that some of you said that today demonstrates a sense of weakness by the Labour Party to pull out from Salisbury and to come here. But I said to you, no. In a house, in a home, in a family setting, when there is potential of dispute, there must be an adult to bring resolution, my dear friends. And the Dominica Labour Party, under the leadership of Roosevelt Skerrit, has demonstrated that it's the only party that is mature enough and credible enough to lead this country for the next 5 years, my dear friends. That is why we are seeking with a new slate of candidates, a new mandate for a national reset. And key to that national reset, my dear friends, is to get this country united under a singular goal. We are calling for peace in the Labour Party, my dear friends. Peace and stability. And we are saying no to violence, my dear friends. So, we are therefore calling on all the voices of reasons to stand for what is right, to stand for what is laudable and noble, and to do the right things, and to exercise your franchise on December 6th, and to vote for the only choice, the Dominica Labour Party, my dear friends.
Labour's the best choice. You can talk and make your life.
So, those in the opposite forces, my dear friends, they have realized they have made a mistake by not contesting. So they are planning to have violence, hoping that the president shall declare a state of emergency to derail the election. But tell them on December 6th, we are going to vote for the Dominica Labour Party, my dear friend.
Labour's the best choice. You can talk and make your life. Labour's the best choice.
There shall be no stopping of the election on December 6th. This is a country of laws, my dear friends. And when they say that they shall form human shield, tell them it's an offense to intimidate voters. And tell them further that you cannot stay 100 yards within the parameter of a polling booth. So let the blind man go by himself, my dear friends. So, my dear friends, who are you going to be voting for on December 6th, my dear friends? So, I'm calling on Labourites to send a clear message to the rest of the world that we demonstrate in no uncertain terms that is Labour who cares about us, is Labour who wants peace, is Labour who wants stability, and we shall be voting for the Dominica Labour Party. Labour! Let us stand for peace and togetherness. This is a country of approximately 70,000 people with narrow-based communities. Everybody is related to each other. We must stop the fighting and get behind the best political brand in the history of politics of this country, the Dominica Labour Party, my dear friends. So, it is not our fault that they failed to reform their party in time for election. They must understand what a political party stands for and the purpose of a political party. That is why the Prime Minister, we have put together a slate of candidates for the time, my dear friends. Join with us on a mission to reset this country to a path of prosperity and peace, my dear friends. That is what we are pushing, my dear friends. Peace and prosperity and stability, my dear friends. No to violence in this country. I have dedicated my life from a very early age to stand for law and order. And we have a responsibility to stand for law and order in this country once and for all and say no to violence, my dear friends. Notwithstanding the fact that the police said that they had a plan today to properly police the event in Salisbury, we felt that one injured person is one too many. That is what a responsible party that want to form a government does, my dear friend. That is why you must vote for the Dominica Labour Party. So, on December 6th, when you cast your vote for the Dominica Labour Party candidates throughout the country, you shall be rising from your bed to a new dawn, a new reality, a new purpose for prosperity and togetherness in this country. That is what the Dominica Labour Party subscribes to, my dear friends, not to violence, my dear friends. And I'm saying, as I close, I don't want to be long here tonight, that in the new Labour Party agenda, you shall see it has already begun. And that is the hallmark of true leadership. Because from the days of Leblanc, the godfather of politics in Dominica, we call him the godfather of Dominica, we have been trying to build an international airport. Mr. Patrick John, may his soul rest in peace, tried. Mamo tried, may his soul rest in peace. Edison James tried, none have done it. But in our new term, under Roosevelt, Skerrit, we shall be building, we have begun the international airport for you, my dear friend. And when they accuse us of not doing suitable for the economy, the airport shall encourage productive behavior in the major sectors in this country, shall add value to the tourism sector, to the agricultural sector, and the list goes on to small business, my dear friends. That is what the Labour Party brings to you, my dear friends. That is why it is, Labour Party is not only still the best choice. For matter of fact, Labour Party is the only choice in this election, my dear friends. So as I close here tonight, let me call on you. What we are asking you to do transcends politics and religious belief. What we're asking you to do here tonight is to stand for what is laudable, what is noble, and what is right. To stand for country, to stand for peace, to stand for stability, and to stand with the best leader this country has ever seen, Honorable Roosevelt Douglas, and the best political brand in this country, the Dominica Labour Party. So, as I close, don't be sidetracked by a collection of independent candidates who are vexed with the Labour Party. In 2022 election, there is no place for vexation in politics. What we need is a safe pair of hands in a leader, and we have seen that in Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, in good times and in bad times, and we are staying with the Dominica Labour Party because them fellas ain't ready yet. Thank you, I love you. Labour! 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 Labour!
Labour Party shall not be
Labour! Right about about now, ladies and gentlemen, I call to the podium the former parliamentary representative for and still the candidate for the Dominica Labour Party in the Grand Bay constituency, South City Massive. Put your hands together and welcome to the podium, Honorable Dr. Vince Henderson.
Tell that to your neighbor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ian. Good evening, Laborites. Good evening, Dominicans. Tonight, I know whenever we meet, we always celebrate. But this evening, we have a different reason to celebrate. And our celebration should be slightly different from usual. Because tonight, we are here in the village of Vacas, in the Vacas constituency. A community that has given us one of the greatest leaders in the history of the Commonwealth of Dominica. You have had the long history of being pioneers and giving Dominica great leaders. You gave us Edward Oliver LeBlanc. You gave us Roosevelt Skerrit, who continue to work for us. And tonight, we are here in Vacas because of the leadership of Roosevelt Skerrit. We are here because we averted today what could have been a riotous situation. So I want you to listen tonight. Because tonight, we almost found ourselves walking into a trap that the United Workers' Party had set for us. They wanted us to march into Salisbury, waiting to cause mayhem, waiting to cause violence, waiting to cause destruction to property, and thank God, they were prepared to do anything. But our political leader pulled us back and said, no, labor rights, we are not falling for that. We are not walking into that trap. We are comforted, of course, by the fact that it is only a small number of people in Salisbury who are willing to do that. Because we know the people of the Salisbury constituency have been known as very industrious people, very hard-working people, and they are very proud people. But tonight, we know that some of them were willing to cause some trouble. I want to tell you tonight, this election, December 6, 2022, is a very important election for Dominica. Because the very same operatives of the United Workers' Party who have sought to destroy the good name of Dominica, who have sought at every opportunity to give Dominica a black eye, they are still at work today. You will remember, years ago, it was the leader of the United Workers' Party that went to the United States to seek to destroy our citizenship by investment program. And tonight, many of you here, I know you well, you have benefited from what we have been able to achieve because of the funding that we have gotten from our CBI. Whether you are on NEP, whether your parents are receiving support, and yes, we care. We, as soon as we enter into Vacas, we saw that structure right there in the beginning of inside, in the entrance of the community. These were all things that have been brought to us by our citizenship by investment program. But what did the UWP do? They tried to destroy the name of Dominica so they could destroy our program. Some years ago, in 2019, during the election campaign, they sought to disrupt the elections. And I know that those of you who are watching, and I hope many of you from Salisbury are watching tonight, because I want to speak to you. I want to speak to you because the attempts to destroy Dominica's name took a lot of work by our Prime Minister, our ministers, and people like myself when I serve as ambassador to help to protect Dominica's name. And some of you may think that is okay. We should have gone to Salisbury and show them who's boss. We could have. We could have. But no, we are peaceful people. The Dominican Labour Party is about peace and prosperity for every Dominican. But in 2019, when they sought to create havoc, mayhem, and destruction in Dominica, we had no choice but to move to bring peace and security in the community of Salisbury. Wrote to the international community. They wrote to the international community to destroy Dominica's good name. You should never take these things lightly, because once the name of your country has been destroyed, it means that it is going to be more difficult for our Prime Minister and our ministers to raise money to develop Dominica. And that is what they want to do. So tonight, I am speaking to those of you who are still supporters of the United Workers' Party. I am speaking to them because, and we are inviting you to join the Dominica Labour Party as a peaceful party for peace and prosperity in Dominica. But ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we are not in Salisbury tonight. But tonight, we have brought Salisbury with us. And tonight, we want to express our gratitude to all the Labour Party supporters in the Salisbury constituency. We presented to you a candidate in the name of Lindsay Frank. Lindsay Frank came up to accept the challenge. And you see what they did in 2019. So for a young person to be willing to stand up and say, yes, I am willing, I am prepared to represent the Dominica Labour Party in the Salisbury constituency. This is a young person who is determined. And tonight, all of us in the Dominica Labour Party, we need to stand in solidarity with Lindsay Frank and embrace her in the Labour Party family. This young lady has taken on the challenge. She has walked through the constituency from Coolibistry to Monrachet, Salisbury. She continues to carry the flag of the Dominica Labour Party high in that constituency. So tonight, we have come home to Vickers. We have come home to Vickers to be comforted by your strength, by your fortitude, by your wisdom and determination. And Lindsay Frank is here with us tonight because she is determined to continue a campaign to December 6th to bring the Salisbury constituency to the Dominica Labour Party. And tonight, it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure to present to you Miss Lindsay Frank.
So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear?
Laborites, are you there? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start by saying thanks to God for getting me here and everyone here safely. It is sad that we could not do this in Salisbury tonight. But nevertheless, I am grateful to the people of Vieille for welcoming us here tonight. They tried everything to stop me from speaking to you tonight, but it did not work. In a free country, it is sad that in 2022, we are being persecuted for trying to express ourselves in a civilized manner. I am here tonight because I am tired. I am tired of watching the people of my constituency for 13 years get used by the outgoing pal rep. Hector John can come and drive in my yard again like he did today. But you are not going to intimidate me. That will not work. Brothers and sisters, is this the kind of Dominica that they want? Where we cannot come and show support to our next pal rep? Do we really want to live in a country that is run by people who thinks that the only way to represent us is by inciting violence? My people, aren't you tired of being in a constituency with a pal rep that has done not anything for 13 years? My people, before this election, I want you to remember, I was a constituent too. So I know just like me, you have to be tired of Hector John. Just like me, you have to be tired of him dividing this constituency. For 13 years, Hector John abused the opportunity to represent the good people of Salisbury. Have you ever heard him in Parliament asking for community centers, secondary roads, scholarship for we the people? No! But here, can he have the time to spend calling for road blockades, instigate violence, and cause disruption? For 13 years, Hector John did not represent us. He sabotaged us. But I am here tonight because I want it to end. I am here tonight because I want to see peace, prosperity, and progress in our constituency. I will never be the kind of pal rep that endangers her people by asking them to commit crimes against the state and calling that a protest. Instead, I want to be the pal rep that uses the opportunity to fight for a back road in Monrachet, health center and sporting facilities in Salisbury, and risk management mitigation in Kulibi Street. I have heard Hector John call PM's name more times than he has ever spoke about his visions for the Salisbury constituency. But the good book warns us about this. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So when people used to ask me why I'm from Salisbury and voting Labour, I said, you're right. I am Salisbury to the bone. I am Dominica to the bone. How can I not support the party that did the Yes We Care program, the NEP program, and housing revolution that has ensured that thousands have a safe roof over their heads? The people of Salisbury deserve to be part of a national discussion. And I want to make this clear. The government has not left Salisbury behind. The government has not shut Salisbury out of the room of discussion making. Do not be fooled by Hector John.
The outgoing Pal Rep knows that he is part of the parliamentary system. But instead of pushing for our development, Hector John has constantly thrown away the opportunity by throwing tantrums and making noise. But I, Lindsay Frank, this little girl, like he loves to call me, wants to make progress. I will not back down from any challenge. The only thing in this world that scares me is 5 more years with Hector as a Pal Rep. We do not deserve this, my people. I want to represent all of you. I want to represent all of you and help break the cycle of intergenerational poverty in Salisbury, Coolibistry, and Montrachet. We cannot erase the past, but I want to help write a new chapter in our history pages to show unity and harmony between everyone in the constituency. Because just like I have been seeing throughout this campaign, my tenure as a Pal Rep will be about people over politics. It is about country over colors. It is about service above self. So please, December 6th, it is important that you get out early and vote. Put your eggs by the shoe. Vote for Lindsay Frank. Because we cannot risk putting our future in the wrong hands. Let us take Salisbury forward. Let us take Salisbury forward. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming out. And thank you for your vote. Good night.
In his life, in his life, in his life, it is a sweet life.
For the next parliamentary representative for the Salisbury constituency, Lindsay John. Right about now, it gives me great pleasure to bring to the microphone another hard-hitting batsman of the Dominica Labour Party, former parliamentary representative for the Cottage constituency, Honorable Regina, Austrie.
I just want to thank you. I owe it all to you.
I owe it to my people.
I owe it all to you.
I love you too. But tonight, I'm here with a very heavy heart. The circumstances that brought us here tonight is very, very sad and very unfortunate. I know you don't mind. You're in the constituency of Roosevelt Skerrit. You're in the constituency of the Master Blaster. You're in the constituency of the Master Statesman. And I love you for recognizing the contribution of this Master Statesman by showing up in his constituency in great numbers tonight. But my heavy heart is what these people have done to another young person in this country. And we keep saying to you that the United Workers' Party has no love, no empathy, and no use for young people. Here is it, that we have a young lady who is trained and who has decided to take the responsibility of representing a constituency that have been neglected for 13 years under the United Workers' Party. And the young lady cannot be launched in her own constituency, brothers and sisters. This is what they've done to my friend, my comrade, and a possible powerhouse in the future for the Dominica Labour Party. Salisbury does not belong to the United Workers' Party. Salisbury belongs to the people of Salisbury and to the people of Dominica. And the United Workers' Party have no right to use Salisbury as the launch pad for the attack against Dominicans and attack against the young parliamentarian. And because of that, we have a right and a responsibility to defend our young people in this country. Because under the United Workers' Party, our young people are an endangered species, brothers and sisters. And you have to show that by protesting on election day, on the 6th of December, by protesting against the treatment being meted out to this young lady, by voting overwhelmingly for the Dominica Labour Party in all 21 constituencies. But ladies and gentlemen, the action today demonstrates the true leadership of Roosevelt Skerrit. And that is why Roosevelt Skerrit has been leading this country for so long. Because we could have gone to Salisbury. We could have gone to Salisbury. We have the security forces who take care of Sprags John and his little Spragalax Boom Boom. But who is Sprags John? Sprags John is a coward. But tell Sprags John, it was not Lindsay who prevented him from being the PAL rep and to contest the elections. It was his own party that decided to boycott the elections. It was his own party that made it possible for him not to contest the elections. So he keeps talking about his salary. That is all it means to Sprague John, is his salary. Everybody else have something doing besides their salary, their parliamentarian Salisbury. But that is all Sprague John has ever done, to depend on the money that the people of Dominica pay to him. And now that he has lost it, he's mad and he's upset, brothers and sisters. And he wants to pass his rage on Lindsay. We could have brought in the police to protect you, to protect life and property. That is what the police is there for. But you know what? Somebody would have gotten hurt in Salisbury tonight. somebody would have gotten hurt in Salisbury tonight, and that would put a bad taste in our elections. That would have brought Dominica in the eyes of the international community, so they can say that there is violence on election in Dominica, so they would not recognize our government. That is what they wanted to do. That is what they have been trying to do, to cause violence in our country, so we would be in the spotlight of violence in Dominica, political fighting, political infighting. We didn't cause the fighting, they caused it. But they would find an excuse to black-eye Dominica. But Roosevelt Skerrit is too bright for that. Roosevelt Skerrit is too much of a leader to fall for that cheap trap set by the United Workers' Party. This is not about electoral reform. This is about putting violence in our elections. The same thing they did last elections. Caused problems in Marigot. And so they had this observer saying that there was violence in our election. And to have to give Vince and the others all the struggle to convince them that it was not us who caused the problem, but it was the United Workers' Party. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first time that Roosevelt Skerrit has saved the day for Dominica. In 1995, when they blocked us in Pegua in 2005. In 2005, when they blocked us in Pegua, deliberately, they were not supposed to be on that route. And you can remember, the Kalinagos could not go to their homes. People could not get their medication. And labor rights were ready to take them on. Labor rights were ready to fight back. And it was Roosevelt Skerrit who says, be calm, leave them alone, turn back, because they're trying to disrupt the elections. They were trying to stop the elections. And Roosevelt Skerrit saved the day for the people of Dominica. But the United Workers' Party has been provoking the police. They have been provoking labor rights. And this is not about Sprags John. Sprags John is being used because he's the most stupid parliamentarian in the United Workers' Party. Sprags John is being used as a damn fool by the United Workers' Party. He's a monkey and a mongrel, ladies and gentlemen. Caressa was launching Marigot. Why they didn't do that in Marigot? Brian Linton, with all his big mouth, why they didn't do that in Marigot? Why they did not do that in Rosalind? We launched Miriam. But the fine is in Salisbury. They have to do it. And to give the poor people of Salisbury a bad name, ladies and gentlemen. Because Sprags John is not even loved by the United Workers' Party supporters in Salisbury. But they vote for Sprags John because Sprags John is UWP. And they are fanatical UWPs. But they have no use for Sprags John because Sprags John has disappointed them on every occasion, ladies and gentlemen. But this is not the Salisbury that we know. We know Salisbury as a community of hardworking people, of farmers. We got over 500 votes last election in Salisbury. So it's not everybody in Salisbury that in United Workers' Party foolishness. And we are confident that Linfa can take the seat for the Dominica Labour Party. Whether like Clinton
have to be launched in Salisbury because we take elections seriously and we're running a very high-tech campaign. So whether it's in Salisbury, whether it's in Cooley-Street, whether it's Monrachet, whether it's Vieille, the people of Dominica will see the caliber of Lindsay. And they're looking right now. And you heard the delivery. A solid speech, a solid commitment to the people of Salisbury by this young candidate. But, ladies and gentlemen, but that is the nature. That is the nature of the United Workers' Party. And they have demonstrated that on numerous occasions. And we thought Lennox Linton was the villain. Oh, he is a villain. But we believe with Lennox Linton gone, the United Workers' Party would use that opportunity to rebuild the party, to reshape the party, to improve the image of the party. And they removed him because they knew that Lennox Linton could not take them to the finish line. And they crooked Lennox Linton and they put Thompson Fontaine. And the first statement made by Thompson Fontaine is his preaching civil disobedience. That's just a fancy name. It's the same thing. Civil disobedience is about violence. It's about disrespect for law and authority. It's burning, it's looting, it's frightening people's lives and their property. That is what civil disobedience means, brothers and sisters. And so, there is no difference. There is no difference between Lennox Linton, between Edison James, between Thompson Fontaine, between IP the Dragon, between Dr. Benjamin, because this is the DNA of the United Workers' Party. And we, in this election, we have an opportunity to remove the United Workers' Party from the political landscape of Dominica. We have an opportunity to ensure that never again will the United Workers' Party return to our parliament. And that means that you here have to give the Dominica Labour Party all 21 seats in that election. And this act of violence, that disrespect to Linfa, this disrespect to the young people of Dominica, see what we have done for young people at the highest level. While we are there putting in young people, 23 years, 30 years, 31 years, that is what we're giving to the people of Dominica. And the United Workers' Party is disrespecting and disenfranchising. Let's go toe to toe. You have your candidate, we have our candidate. Let us go on the political battlefield and let's see who will win, ladies and gentlemen. Because don't worry with this independent foolishness. There is no such thing as independent candidate. If you're an independent candidate, how are you going to develop your constituency? Where are you getting the money from as an independent candidate? What context do you have as an independent candidate? Who do you realign to as an independent candidate? There is no room for independent candidates in today's politics, brothers and sisters. And if Linfa was given a fair chance to come in Salisbury, to deliver her speech in Salisbury, Linfa would beat that girl 3-1, brothers and sisters. Linfa would have beat the United Workers' Party 3-1, brothers and sisters. But it doesn't matter. I believe the action by the United Workers' Party have made this young lady a strong
Labor rights. Labor rights. We giving Dr. Skerrit and labor 5 years again. Hey, 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 hey.
This action by the United Workers' Party has made Linfa much stronger and have more confidence because she knows that the United Workers' Party is afraid of her, brothers and sisters. They have made this girl one of the most popular candidates in this election because the eyes of the world is on this young lady. Everybody wants to know who is this young lady that the United Workers' Party is so scared of, brothers and sisters. And as of tonight, she has the support of every single laborite in Dominica, brothers and sisters. And the people of Salisbury must know that they have a champion. They have a Dominican champion. They have a Caribbean champion. They have a world champion representing them in the Parliament of Dominica. So, Lindsay, let not your heart be troubled. Not let your heart be troubled tonight. You are the most popular politician in this election tonight. Most popular because you have gotten a whole party, not Sprague's John, but Edison, Linton, why is the fellow name? Hector John. You have taken on an entire party all by yourself, my darling. And the people of Dominica will never forget your bravery and the stance you have taken in defense of Dominica and in defense of the people of Salisbury. So sail on, my child. The whole world is watching you. The whole world is vouching for you. The whole world is behind you. And you cannot do worse than Hector John. And we embrace you in the Dominica Labour Party. You are our champion, and we'll protect you. We'll look out for you. We'll defend you. Because you have made Labour Party proud. You have made Dominica proud. And you have made the people of Salisbury proud. May God continue to bless you and watch over you and guide your path, that you will be victorious. You will surely win and show the world that no matter what they do, they cannot stop you on your mission to represent the people of Salisbury. Thank you. Good night. God bless you. God bless you, my child.
I owe it all to you.
I owe it to you, my people.
I owe it all to you.
I owe it to you.
My victories and my triumphs too. I give it all to you.
Put your hands together for Honorable Regina Austrie. One of the reasons why we are in Vegas tonight, brothers and sisters, it is because the Vegas constituency have already re-elected Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit as their pal rep. So we're celebrating tonight, and who better to celebrate with us than the maestro himself? Bring to the stage Asa Banton.
We shall not be,
We shall not be moved.
we shall not be,
We shall not be moved.
that's like the trees that broke
Labor! Where my labor crew? Where my labor crew? Nothing cannot stop us. When I see labor, I see victory. I see 5 more years, I see history. When I see labor, I see victory. Roosevelt Skerrit for the country. Let's go. We full of votes. Over 15,000 votes. We full of votes. Over 20,000 votes. When I say labor, you say labor. Labor. When I say Roosevelt. 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 This is Labor City. This is Labor City. And let me see the hands. Hands. We full of votes. Hold on. Hold on. You see, election. Election. Your hand is the most important thing for election. Because you have to go in the poll. And you have to use your hands to put the X by the shoe. So when I say we're full of votes, everybody that's voting on December 6th, I want to see your hands in the air. 1, get ready. 2, get ready. 1, 2, Vegas. We're full of votes. Over 15,000 votes. We're full of votes. Hold on, hold on. I want to see more hands than this. I want to see more hands than this. When I say we're full of votes, I want all you put all your 2 hands in the air. Because when they see your hand, they're afraid of your hand. Because you're going to use your hand to give Labour victory. 1, get ready. 2, get ready. 1, 2, 2 hands in the air. We're full of votes. Over 15,000 votes. When I see Labour, I see victory. Roosevelt Skerrit for the country. Henderson for South City. We're full of votes. Over 15,000 votes. We're full of votes. Over 20,000 votes. Let's go. Let's go. Labour. I don't live in what I have, but what I not yet see. I don't live in who I love. Who we love? I love my Labour Party. I love my Labour Party. I ain't living for nobody. I ain't living for nobody. Man, it's a Skerrit for the city. Take a look, take a look. I not live in what I have, but what I not yet see. I not live in who I love, Labour. To vote for nobody. If you love Labour, I love my Labour Party. I love my Labour Party. I ain't voting for nobody. I love my Labour Party.
You can't make even a little drink in a bar.
Who is the best choice? Man! Labour is the best. Labour is the best choice. Labour is the best choice. Labour is the best choice. Revolution. National Employment Program. Universal Education. Development in the nation. Where my PM? It's my PM for me. My PM. We still love our PM. Best Prime Minister in the Caribbean. If you love your Prime Minister, let's go. 1, 2, let's go. Labour is the best choice. Labour still the best choice. Labour still the best choice. Labour still the best choice. Give me Labour every day. For the bourgeois and the man. Look the airports on his way. I want to see your formal energy. Stability is there. Melissa Skerrit for Roosevelt. Labor still the best truck. Labor! I want to you to hear this one. We love our Prime Minister. One party nation. Labor for the nation. At any tiny occasion. We got Bebush in the bag. Bebush in the bag. Bebush in the bag. We gonna win Salisbury. That is why they're mad. You know why? We love our Prime Minister. Sing out. We love our Prime Minister. We love our Prime Minister. We love our Prime Minister. We voted for integrity. We voted for prosperity. We voted for peace and unity. We voted for stability. We voted for our hotel down in Salisbury. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Remember when you're voting for something. You're not just walking and voting. We're voting for something. So you know what we voting for? We voting for Dominica, right? We voted for unity. We voted for prosperity. We voted for you and me, right? You and me. Huh? We voting for the hotel they're building in Salisbury. We voting for 5-star Kempinski. We voting for everybody. We voting for international airport in West. We voting for. We voting for. We voting for. We voting. PM, one before I go. One before I go. One before I go. Number one Prime Minister. Best Prime Minister. Their leader is a brand new. Hold on. Hold on a while. Hold on a while. Their leader is a brand new car that used. Look now, their whole party confused. They cannot never walk a mile in your shoes. No matter who they choose, they must lose. We love our Prime Minister. Sing it out. We love our Prime Minister. Love you, Skerrit. We love our Prime Minister.
Let's go. We love our Prime Minister. Hey, 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 hey. We love our Prime Minister. We love our Prime Minister. We love our Prime Minister. Put your hands together for Asa Banton. And without any further ado, brothers and sisters, he needs no introduction. Brothers and sisters, the most successful politician in Dominica today, brothers and sisters. Put your hands together and welcome to the microphone, Dr. the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit.
I had a chance to live my life without pretending I would tell you plain. I've made a lot of mistakes in this life I would like to change. But of all the things that I hold dear to, one is being born and raised in this country. For no other place on earth wouldn't do for me. It's not to say that all is rosy. We have problems and we are poor. But generally speaking, we are an easy-going people, free and clean. I hold you very close to my heart. From you, my dearest, I cannot part. I think of you everywhere I go. I always long to come back to you.
Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the heartland of labor tonight, where nobody can test labor, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody can test labor in the Vieille constituency. Ladies and gentlemen, I have contested 6 elections in this constituency. 6 straight elections in this constituency. And you know the beauty of this? The very same people that were with me in 2000, they are with me in 2022, ladies and gentlemen. They are there, and their children are there, and their grandchildren are there, ladies and gentlemen. And so, you know, this is the first meeting during an election since January 2000 that we are holding in this Vickers constituency. We have bust everybody's tail who have come against us in this constituency without campaigning, ladies and gentlemen. And it is because of the generosity and the sincerity of the voters in this constituency. When they're with you, they're with you. They don't play games, ladies and gentlemen. And so, I consider myself a very lucky politician. A very lucky politician. And you have stood with me during thick and thin. And I always tell people, the most important job I have in Dominica is to be the member of parliament for the Vickers constituency. The love that you have shown me over these years, the prayers that you have showered upon me over these years, your family spirit that you have offered to me. The reality is, ladies and gentlemen, I always see all of you as part of my family. And the people of this constituency, they hold a very special place in my heart. And I will say to you, we have done a lot in this constituency. We took this constituency from ashes to what it is today, ladies and gentlemen. But I am sending a message to you tonight that we're going to see even more in that term coming up in this constituency. Even more, because before I leave this table, every single person in this constituency will have a decent home for themselves and for their family. And the many projects and programs we have spoken about, I will ensure that all get done for the people. The most loyal people in the world, ladies and gentlemen, come from the Vickers constituency. And I remember very well my journey. You know, so many people have played a part. Because if I have to call names tonight, I will have to call 2,000 names tonight. But all of you, you know yourselves. You know yourselves. There is one thing I always want you to remember. Not what the homes have done and the buildings are built and the schools are built, but to always remember that Roosevelt Skerrit always loved you and will always love you. You embraced me. You embraced me at age 27. Age 27. Much younger than Clement Maslin, who the Workers' Party say they do not want him because he's too young. You embraced me because you saw in me potential, ladies and gentlemen.
And I am happy that I have never let you down, not even for one day. And you know, when the going would get rough, and the going would get tough, and when I come to this constituency, all my stresses are over, ladies and gentlemen. Because you always hit me within your bosom and let me know that, Skerrit, no matter what they say out there, that in this constituency, you are there for us and we are there for you, ladies and gentlemen. And so, this has been a very good journey. And I will always be grateful to you. And you know, this is why I built my home in Vieille, because this is where I want to live, among the people, now and in the future. This is where I am from, this constituency. And I want to say to the people of Penville, you know, words really cannot express my gratitude to you, my thanks to you, my gratefulness to you. The people of Penville are among the, well, not among, they're the best people in the world. They're the best people in the world. And I say so with the greatest sense of sincerity. They have stood with me. They have stood solid with me from then to now, ladies and gentlemen. And I can tell you, I can tell the rest of Dominica that if every constituency was like the Vieille constituency, Labour had no work to do. They really show themselves. And to Thibault, for example, you know, when we came in, we lost by 55 votes in 2000. And from 2005, no turning back. Up we are going in Thibault. And we have increased our margin in that wonderful village because the people recognize that we're delivering for them and for their families. And you know, it is said that a king is not honored in his own town. Well, that story not for me, that's for somebody else. Because in that Vieille constituency, in that village of Vieille, ladies and gentlemen, they have shown their love, their genuine love for me, and they have placed me up, ladies and gentlemen. So the truth is, all that I have achieved in my life, all I owe it to you, the people of this constituency. And so, we decided to come here tonight. Come here tonight because we did not want to go into Salisbury to create problems or to have problems with them. Because for us, for me, it's always about peace and love. Always about peace and love. It's not that we're afraid of anybody. Skerrit of without nobody in Dominica. But as a leader, you are faced with situations and you have to make the decision that is best for the people whom you lead, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the Workers' Party. And this is what we've been saying to the people of Dominica. That these people don't care about people. They're not interested in people. These guys are looking for work, and if they don't get work, they get angry. Laziest, not only politician, but the laziest man I have met in my whole life, ladies and gentlemen. Lazy. You know, and every time he talks now, boy, I give up my salary, I gotta lose my salary, no salary for me, no salary for me, no salary for me. Well, Mr. Hector John, you will sit your tail on the street in Salisbury. Lazy man. But you see, and the irony of all of this,
The irony of all of this is that the people of Salisbury are good people. Good, decent people. People who are hardworking, industrious people, smart people. And they've been led by this nonsense person called Hector Sparks John. And so we're saying to the people of Salisbury to remove the stain that Hector John and the Workers' Party have imposed on you, the people of Salisbury. The only way you can remove the stain on Salisbury is to vote for Lindsay Frank on election day, December 6th, ladies and gentlemen. Lazy boy, lazy guy. But that is what we've been warning you about in Dominica. The difference between Labour and UWP could not be starker. It cannot be so apparent. There's one party that's interested in people, interested in the welfare of Dominica, working hard to build this country, and there's one that hates Dominicans. That speaks about hatred and hate. Doesn't want to see anything positive happen in this country. Destruction, maybe in our country. And so this is why every election, but this one is also so very important, ladies and gentlemen. These people about violence, when they come to the villages, they're not coming to talk about development. They're not coming to see how they can make life better for you and your family. What they're seeking to do is to seek to recruit people to engage themselves in lawlessness, ladies and gentlemen. You know, earlier tonight, I was in Castle Bruce, where I met over 100 young people from that constituency. And I was comforted to know that they're saying to me that they're going to vote Labour Party on December 6th because they really believe that Labour is still the best choice for Dominica.
It's my PM family. Labour still the best choice. You can talk and make your life.
And on my way to Vegas from Castle Bruce, I stopped in Marigot, where I spoke at a block meeting. And the people of Marigot themselves are saying that enough is enough. They have to start looking for themselves and for their family and for the community. Because the people of Marigot are decent people, hospitable people, loving people, hardworking people. But all they've been missing is a good leader, somebody who cares for them. The same thing in Salisbury. And so I am saying to the people of Salisbury, Monrachet and Cooley-Bistri, that a vote for Lindsay Frank is a vote for your children. A better community, a more prosperous constituency, and getting rid of the lies and getting rid of the gate was called Hector John. And so I want to say to Lindsay Frank that, and you can see her speech tonight, solid presentation, determined lady. She's just 31 years old, and she has answered the call of her constituents to step forward and be in the gap to bring progress and prosperity to them. And she will have my absolute support and backing to ensure she can deliver for her constituents. She will champion the cause of the people of Monrachet, Cooley-Bistri, and Salisbury. And many of you do not know. You see why how powerful she is? Her mother is from Vegas, you know. Her mother is from Vegas. Her mother was born here and went to school here. Her mother is in Vegas, so Lindsay Frank is also from Vegas constituency. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's so important. I am so happy. I am so comforted to know and to see that Labour Party supporters have decided to put aside the differences, to put aside the little issue that we have among ourselves as family. And they're saying, why Labour and by that power and so on, so on, so on, so on. But I'm going to vote for my party. And that is what Labourites are saying across Dominica, that they're going to vote for Labour again because Labour is still the best choice for Dominica.
Labour still the best choice. You can talk and make your noise.
And it is, and I keep saying to you Dominicans, that the Lord acts in mysterious ways. And sometimes we don't understand it. We don't see it. The Lord has decided that there must be a new dawn for our country. That there must be new perspectives, a new approach to many things. That it's called the politics of hate and hatred and division and divisiveness must end. And this is why the Lord has decided that these Workers' Party people should not be in this election. He's saying he doesn't want them in Parliament anymore because Dominica deserves better. Salisbury deserves better. Roosevelt deserves better. Marigot deserves better. And come the night of December 6th, they will start getting better, ladies and gentlemen. And so I'm saying to the Christian people of Salisbury, I'm saying to the bright people of Salisbury, I'm saying to the enlightened people of Salisbury, I'm saying to those of you who love your children, who love your community and your country, this is not time to talk about party politics. It's not about Labour or UWP. It is what do you want for your community? What kind of Dominica do you want for your children? What are the opportunities you want for your children? What society you want your grandparents to live in? A place where people associate you with violence? No. Salisbury is better than that. Monrachet is better than that. Coolibistry is better than that, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we're giving to you in this election Lindsay Frank, who will represent you with decency, with integrity and honesty, ladies and gentlemen, and with a strong sense of perseverance. So let us go forth on December 6th. I want every person to go out and vote and put your X next to the shoe, ladies and gentlemen. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we have nobody run against us in Vickers. But you know, if anybody comes against us in Vickers, they'll get their tail cut. Simple as that. And I'm saying to young master who is my constituent, that if you're really serious about Dominica, if you're really serious about making a positive contribution to Dominica, how can you keep yourself in that confusion? How can you be associated with violence? How can you be associated with an attack on a young girl like this and you're standing among them? But we will not forget. We will not forget in that constituency, and we will not forget in Dominica. You cannot remain quiet. You can't remain silent when a young girl is being attacked by a lunatic called Hector John, the Workers' Party. But you see, nobody's scaring us, you know. We're not scared. Not because people see me not talking much and so on. Man can't test me, you know. I always decide to walk on the side of peace. But if anybody make any attempt to touch me, my brother, Dominica must reject these people now and in the future. These are dangerous people. These are nasty people. They do not love Dominica. They hate Dominica. They don't want to see any progress in our country. I mean, how can any decent person support these people? Decent person support these people. What? Because you hate Roosevelt, Skerrit? That's it? You hate Dominica? That's it? Can't be right. And people can't remain silent on this. Can't remain silent on this. But the vast majority of us in this country will go to the booths and the polling station at the Messon 6 and put our X next to the shoe and let them know and send a very clear message to them and to send a clear message to the rest of the world that the people, the masses of Dominica are solidly supporting the Dominica Labour Party. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy to be here in my village, a place where I went to school and I live, a place that has been good to me and good to the Dominica Labour Party. You know, Austrie, Ian, and all the others, I'm not sure what kind of award you're going to give the biggest constituency, you know. But Labour Party owes us in this constituency. Because whenever elections are called, the first constituency that's counted is Vickers constituency. And so, I want to welcome those of you from out to be here with us. And you know, this was a last-minute decision. Last-minute decision. Can you imagine if you had given me 2 days to plan this thing? That is the power we have in this constituency.
Shall not be moved.
We make things happen. We make things happen, ladies and gentlemen. So when Skerrit ring the bell, we ready. We ready. And so I'm very happy to be here. Wonderful people. And then so I want to say to the rest of the country, the 15 constituencies who will be voting on December 6th, just do like Vickers constituency and finish it out. I don't know this. Do like the Vickers do the Vickers style. We go and put the X next to the shoe and give us a kinship. And I'm the thing that's difficult to know. That's easy. Easy. The reality is, you cannot leave what you have for what you not get. You cannot leave who you love because of jealousy. Labour It's simple maths. 1 plus 1 equals 11. Simple. You do it so when you leave here tonight and just watching and listening, all you have to remember, we're doing it the Baker's way. We're doing it the Baker's way. Because we're not leaving what we have for what we not yet seen. And you're not leaving who you love because of jealousy. When you're driving back home, 3 things you have to remember. We're doing it the Baker's way because we're not living what we have for what we not yet see. We're not living who we love because of jealousy. That's it, man. We're making this thing difficult sometimes, but it's easier than everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is about Dominica. We have some wonderful plans with resources to implement the continued transformation of Dynamic Dominica. And one of the important projects we're looking at is the international airport, ladies and gentlemen. We shall deliver the international airport for Dominica. We'll be investing heavily in agriculture, because we want to ensure that agriculture can contribute more to our GDP than it's currently doing. And that means more jobs, more money for the farmers, greater profits for the farmers, ladies and gentlemen. We want to help the small business people continue to develop themselves and expand their businesses and sustain their businesses. We'll be investing heavily in technical vocational education to ensure that our young people can have the skills that are required for the current day Dominica and the region and the world. We'll create a more prosperous Dominica for all Dominicans. Ensure that we continue the housing revolution, because I know that many of you are still waiting for a decent home, and that will come, ladies and gentlemen. Because you know that Labour has delivered for this country. And you know that Labour will continue to deliver for Dominica. But first, to continue the work that we have started, you have to go out on December 6th. And I'm happy to see and to hear that we are all in sync. We are all ready, all of us ready to go on December 6th to vote for the Dominica Labour Party. And so, I want to thank the thousands of Labourites, and the many Workers' Party supporters who are saying that they have had enough. Enough is enough. That they have to now put country before party. They have to start looking out for their welfare, their families, their children. And they can say without a doubt that Labour has done well for Dominica. These other parties only interested in fighting down Dominica, and they go and they elect a brand new used car as a leader, ladies and gentlemen. A brand new used car in St. Vincent and St. Lucia. I feel they're calling those kind of cars, those reconditioned cars, a Skerrit, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. A brand new used car, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're bringing for Dominica. Linton, President. Seeker, Vice President. Edison James, Trustee. Norris Prevost, Trustee. Where are the young people? What have young people done to the Workers' Party? I mean, these guys hate every young person in Dominica because Dominicans made Roosevelt Skerrit Prime Minister at 41 years old and kicked their ass out of Parliament.
It's my PM family. Never still the best choice. You can talk and make your life.
These guys just hate young people. They hate young people. There's something that they have against young people in Dominica. And don't talk about senior citizens. Everything that Labour has put in place for senior citizens, UWP has criticized it. They have criticized it. UWP criticized the SUK program. They criticized the allowance we're giving to people 70 and over. They said if they come into office, they would end the NEP. NEP that we're spending $5 million every month, creating employment for people. They would stop it. They have criticized everything. They criticized the housing revolution, ladies and gentlemen. But you see, God is good. Bon Dieu bon. God is good, ladies and gentlemen. This is why they will never, ever get in government in Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. Never. And so the Lord is saying, boss man, look, gentlemen, we don't want you in government. We don't want you in parliament. You'll stay outside and watch inside the parliament. Lazy people. The only thing that Lennox Linton and this guy from Rosalind and Hector John are interested in is salary. No work, but get paid. No work, but get paid. And all he's saying, boy, my salary was going to my mortgage, you know, I know I don't have salary, and so on, and all the time I don't run, and we're all, you know, lazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting late. It's getting late. I know Vickers is close to Roseau and close to Grand Bay, so half an hour you'll be back home and so on. We can stay till morning, I mean. What time is it now, Vince? What? Vince said us we can go till 2 o'clock in the morning, so we're talking.
PM family, Labour still the best choice. You can talk and make your noise. Labour still the best choice.
You see, the thing is, when people come to the vehicles, they don't want to go back. They don't want to go back. It's a lovely place, nice breeze, peaceful, lovely people. That's what we are. And so they want to go back. So you can stay as long as you want, ladies and gentlemen. So we're not leaving what we have for what we not yet see.
I am living what I have for what I not yet see.
And we're not leaving who we love because of jealousy.
I love because of no jealousy.
And when you go back home, I want you to tell everybody, look, all you see all in the house, all in the house there, you see all of there, we're going to do the Vickers way. Vickers already in the bag. Vickers already in the bag. So we're going to put our X next to you fast, and give the Labour Party 21 seats, ladies and gentlemen. Love you very much. Big up the Vickers constituency, massive, ladies and gentlemen. You know, whenever there's a meeting anywhere in Dominica, because the constituency always empty. People go in. Massive motorcade going. Every election, every meeting, no matter where it is, showing their solidarity with the rest of the constituencies across Dominica and their support for their pal rep and prime minister. God bless you. Love you very much. Thank you for coming so far to my constituency. We in the Salisbury constituency are going to elect Lindsay as the next parliamentary representation who shall restore the good name of the descent people, the people of the Salisbury constituency. She will restore the image of Salisbury as a hospitable, hard-working community. People who take pride in themselves, pride in what they do, and pride in the community. Lindsay will reinstate that for the people of Salisbury. People, because we cannot have Salisbury being treated as if it is some place in Syria where people fight in war, ladies and gentlemen, or South Sudan. That's what they want to make a South Sudan, where people are fighting every day. No peace. No peace. They want to bring the same formula from South Sudan to Dominica. No way. No way, ladies and gentlemen. We shall reject them on December 6th. Reject them on December 6th. reject them on December 6th, ladies and gentlemen, we're saying that labor is still the best choice. So, final, I'm a school teacher. And so when you send children home, you have to remind them of the fundamental points you taught them for the day. So the fundamental points for the day tonight is, I not leaving what I have for what I not yet see. And I not leaving who I love for just because of jealousy. And we are going to do it the Vegas constituency way. Very good students. You all got an A+. Good night to you. Love you very much.
If I had a chance to live my life again, without pretending, I would tell you plain. I've made a lot of mistakes in this life. I would like to change. Hey! But of all the things that I hold dear to me, one is being born and raised in this country. For no other place on earth would do for me. It's not to say that all is rosy. We have problems and we are poor. But generally speaking, we are an easy-going people, free and clean. I hold you very close to my heart. From you, my dearest, I cannot part. I think of you everywhere I go. I always long to come back, you know. When your other children will forsake you, I will always stand up firm and true. Oh, I am your knight in shining armor. I remain your true ambassador. You know how I care. Your humble servant I'll remain. And stand by your side to sun or rain. Make me want to hide from the very children, those who have the pride. For instead of helping out, hear them criticize. But try as I may, I cannot do my thing. Because Dominica, you're my rightful place. And if I need now, you're only there. Who but me I betray? There are those among us who have been done destroyed. But they must be disciplined. I can forgive those who are crazy, but not them who are lazy. They will shame on we. I hold you very close to my heart. From you, my dearest, I cannot part. I think of you everywhere I go. I always long to come back, you know. When the other children will forsake you, I will always stand up for my truth. Shining armor, I remain your true ambassador. You know how I care. Your humble servant I'll remain. I stand by your side through sun or rain. Hey, 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 very unfortunate to be scorned, degraded, terrorized and raped by people who don't care nothing for its sake. Can you imagine some Dominicans only to further their own ambition would scream and plot each day causing division? And they are people whom we look up for leadership and strength that's raw. But them are opportunities to vain and selfish, praying like wild beasts. part. I think of you everywhere I go. I always look to come back to you. When the children and them will forsake you, I will always conduct firm and true. Yeah, I am your knight in shining armor. I remain your true ambassador. With Dominica, you know how I care. You're home to serve and I'll remain. I'll stand by your side through sun or rain.
PM for you. One more for PM. One more for PM. Liberate! I'm not even what I am, for what I not yet see. I'm not even who I love because of the jealousy. You know why? I love my Labour Party. I love my Labour Party. We ain't living for nobody. We ain't living for nobody. Let's go. Labour! 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 I'm not living what I am, for what I not yet see. We not living who we love because of the jealousy. Who we fought in December 6th. Love our Labour Party. I love my Labour Party. We ain't living for nobody. Because I love you. Make sure you guys go out and vote, alright? Lady! Here we go. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. Just tell them, we fought in Labour. You fought in Labour. You fought in Labour. Put your hand in the air. 1, get ready to jump. 2, you can jump. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me see you jump, 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 jump. The people then. Here we go. Everybody sing. If you fought in Labour, sing. We going all the way with the Labour. We going low, 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 low. Anybody from Penville? Anybody from Penville? Anybody from Tebow? Anybody from Vieille? 1, you vote in Skerrit. 2, and the Labour Party. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. We going all Labour. We going. That's what we rescue. Community leadership, rescue the sinking ship. To skip this country, your life vote Labour. Tell them Labour Party for you and me. Government constituency. For progress for the nation. We vote in Labour. Everybody say we going. All the way with the Labour. Vehicles. All the way with the Labour. Penville. All the way with the Labour. Tebow. Dominica, oh. This is the Labour anthem. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Tell them now. Labour government, putting this country first. That is why we can reverse, reducing poverty for you and me. Working in the best interest of this nation, stabilize the economy. Revive another industry. Record tourist arrival. Penville, Penville, we going. Vegas, Tebow, Penville, Penville, jump, 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 Penville, jump, 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 Tebow, jump, jump. All the way. But now we start. If you vote in Labour, hear what you saying. Hear what you saying. Hear what.
you say? Low. Here we say. What we say? Keep it level. Say yes. Say yes. So yes. So I want to see and I want to hear. Everybody who can say. Keep it level. Say yes. Say yes. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Keep it level inside. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say I love Skerrit. Dominica Labour Party. Say I love Labour. I love Skerrit. Keep it Labour. Say yes. Say yes. So if you vote in the Dominica Labour Party December 6th, you vote in. Let me hear you scream. We going all the way. We going all the way. Love you. We're the Penfield crew. Penfield. Bakers. Timo. We going all the way. Love you. Drive safe. All the way. Penfield. And there we go now. Yo. What the Bakers posse? What the Bedford crew there? Wow. Wow. Are you DJ? Wow. We got my Bedford fans them. Yo, PM, 5 more years, 20 more years. We taking it again. 21 only way. Wow. Are you DJ?
Whoa.
Yo, sex on the mic, sex on the large.
Yo!
Big up so.
Big up so.
The whole Penville massive.
Whole Penville massive. There we go. Whoa!
Yo!
Never to the bone. Never to the bone. We ready. Whoa! You don't know already. We not inside there.
Big up PM boy.
Big up
Big
so.
up Bookie, big up so.
Big up so.
Big up the whole Penfield massive.
Yeah.
You
Everybody
done
DJ.
Yo,
Ready?
sex on the mic,
Whoa.
we large. Wow. Don't know big up so. Don't know the whole Penville massive. Key boy.
Hear me now. Whoa.
Never to the bone.
Never to the bone.
We ready.
Yo.
Never to the bone.
Never to the bone.
We ready. Yo. PM, they cannot take your place, they cannot take your seat.
Even though they try to stop us, workers them can never block us.
Live for their place because they ask for electoral reform.
But Labour is the party of the God that always stop.
I tell you, PM run the country, PM run the city.
We vote in Labour Party.
Labour still can't afford we, Labour still can't survive.
We vote in Labour Party.
Every other day, only talking about our election. Look, PM come and run his election. Yo, workers back on our side and all they do is die. Sell retail McConnell, say Labour can't survive. I tell you, so get your red hats, get your red shirts. Yo, so get your red pants, get your red shirts.